Jimmy, allow me to educate you for a second, my friend. No laundromat can pay $4,000 for 1,200 square feet.
Hello.
Don, what's going on?
Nothing much. How can I help you?
You don't save my number. I thought you'd save my number.
No, I don't.
Danny D'Angelo, the laundromat guy. And we just went by this weekend. Looks like nothing's changed. Wondering if and when you're going to give us a lease.
Well, first off, before I could even entertain that, I know the way that we spoke before, and I know you gave me this whole song, not song and dance, but you gave me your spiel that you can't pay the market rent, you can't pay this, you can't pay that. So, I don't know how.
Oh, boy. It's my cell phone number, dude. I can't run a laundromat from outside the state. So we are local, point one. Point two, it's not what I
Okay,
can't.
so I mean, so I don't know what you would be paying, what you think you're going to be paying for rent, but like I don't have and it's really funny too. There must be your industry. Way back when, 100 years ago, I had a laundromat as well. So this must be a thing, because I get maybe one phone call a month. You call the most, of course, but I get one call a month about someone saying, "Hey, I want to take over that laundromat."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So it's like, I don't know what where you would be at with rent, or what you think the rent should be, or what So I don't know even how to start that conversation, and whether I should be putting pressure on the tenant who's there or not. Or not, because as you know, I just own the property. I don't own the business.
Of course, I'm fully aware. So we've had these conversations, and my partner, I believe, has dialed you at least once as well. And I never want you to think there's blood in the water. So let's not once and for all or finality here, but I want to have the conversation so you understand. It's a laundromat, period. I have 36 locations in 3 states. And at the end of the day, I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm nowhere near the biggest. There are no national chains in coin laundries. You might get the impression I kind of know what I'm doing because I learned the lessons. Like you said, 100 years ago, I bought a store. I realized I never should have purchased it. Well, what I'm really after here, Don, is infrastructure. The gas, water, electric is in the walls. And to be your advocate, well, I want to sign the lease, not because I don't have the money and it's not a song or dance. I'm trying to get the verbiage out as quickly as I can because I am interested in this space. And you do have a tenant there, but it's a shitty tenant. The laundromat is not being run effectively or properly, and that's fine. God bless them. If they pay the rent, don't change a thing. But what you are collecting there, what we want to do is increase the rent every 5 years and every time we get a new tenant. But there's a reset. You go back to square one. And the difference with us, this is the bottom line. I'm going to be spending over 500 grand on washers and dryers because that's this business. There's no inventory on my shelves. There's no labor because of the way we do this with contract attendants for the wash dry fold. It's just a little bit different. It works for me. So number one, we're local. Number two, my partner is your guarantor and he is local, but we haven't even ended up, like you said. I mean, you understand I want to be below market. Yes, because it's a laundromat and because I intend to retool it not once, but twice during my 15-year term. And I can't speak to what you want to do. If you blow the place out and end up with inventory, maybe you split it, maybe you put an optometrist in there or a national chain. I don't know, that's your business. But if you want to remain a laundry, and you, like you said, put pressure on your current operator, I don't know. I mean, if they're paying on time and they're good and you're happy with the rate they're providing, then okay, let them run their lease out and then decide what you want to do. Just keep me in the mix, let me know. And when we get there, we'll talk.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Before, if it comes down to it, if I have to dismantle it, then I give you a call before that. But like right now, I get increases every year, and he's not paying the market, but he's not that far off from it. So,
sure. Well, Don, by the way, the place is not the worst laundry I've seen, but it's also not the best. And I don't expect the guy to go in there.
I understand completely.
crack
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whip
yeah,
and try to change it. But number one, they do zero advertising. That's silly, but a lot of laundromats can survive without it. It's completely preposterous not to. They don't. Their equipment, when it breaks, they leave it for about typically 90 days. I have notes on all of that. It looks like they send in a guy who repairs everything at once about every 3 months. Great. That's the way they do things. I know this just from being somebody who goes in and knows what to look for when we scout the place. Also, it has been for sale several times. I don't know if that's the same tenant that you have, but
it's always
obviously,
been the same tenant. I don't know if they're trying to sell it or not, but
well,
I don't, as the landlord, I don't typically find out until they have a deal.
right. You don't monitor that. Again, I get it. I understand it. At the end of the day, your operator is looking to sell it, but you'd be a schmuck to give it to somebody that gives 300 grand for a failure. You get that, and I'm not calling you a schmuck. Nor do I have a song or dance.
No, yeah, but it's not my. Unfortunately, though, it's not my decision to make. If
Right.
he has it in his lease, and I looked at his lease after we spoke, and if he has the option to assign it, and if they show credit worthiness, then he
Right.
can.
Of
Like I
course.
can't say no. I don't want you selling it to that person.
No. Pretend I
Do I think it's
understand
going
all of
to
that.
happen?
I get it. I really do. So I'm going to leave you alone. If what, who, but if anything changes, give me a holler. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too, Danny. You and your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk again.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right, cheers. Bye.
I, I'm not an 8th grade teacher, but I feel like I'm wrangling cats sometimes. I'm telling people, please take the notes, put the information. He's a nice guy. We're both on the same page. I could put it in one sentence, but I'd rather have a couple paragraphs because that was a very good conversation. He not only told us what was going on with his tenant, but also explained that he'd like to have him out. He'd like to get more rent, but those two things are mutually exclusive. But at the end of the day, when you're watching me on YouTube beg and plead and prod my client, please write it down. People are freaked out. Oh, I don't type very well. I don't give a shit. If it's important to you, just write everything down in the notes. It's very, very, very important because I will not remember this conversation tomorrow. It's not really my thing. I just won't. I don't need to. You won't remember it. So take exquisite notes every time we make a call. Bottom line, he's happy with his tenant, not thrilled, but happy with his tenant. When I scroll down, it says we have 3 calls to make. Is that the case?
That's the case.
Small things, yes, but don't highlight the names, only the address, because that's the way my eye works. What's going on here?
So this is an old laundromat. The equipment is really old. It's usually is empty. The attendant goes in and out every couple hours. Not really there, and I just figure we give it a shot.
Silver Point. None of these people are answering their phone this week, but we'll shout at them. Here we go.
If you received a call from this number, press 1. Otherwise, press 2.
It gave a weird voicemail. Let me try again. Yeah, that's a shitty realtor there because it just goes straight to a beep. There's no voicemail or anything. It just beeps. That's why I called it twice to make sure. So I'm going to link the number to you as I always do, LL and your name. But when they don't even have a contact name on the thing, it's a pretty sure bet that you need to do a little more digging to find somebody that's going to do their job at that location. Man, that place is piss yellow, isn't it? We've got one more chance for glory here.
Hello?
Jimmy,
Yeah.
that's better.
Hello?
My name's Danny. I want to give you a rent check.
You calling me for report here for what?
I want to give you a rent check. I want to rent your space.
You want to rent my space. Okay. And what you want to do there?
The laundromat, Jimmy. I want to rent the laundromat from you. Put some new equipment in.
Okay. Okay. Right. You did. This is the person who called me before. You called me, or a partner of you called me. Say that somebody else gonna call me. Is that you?
That's me.
Okay. Yeah. Because another guy called me and said that he was gonna give you my number so you can call me. Yeah. Yeah. I know you want to find out how much is the square feet, right?
Well, look, I've been in coin laundries in the tri-state area for almost 20 years. And what I want to do, I know the place has been closed for a very long time. I need an appropriate rate of rent. If there's enough connections for the washers and dryers, we want to give you that rent and retool it, put new equipment in. We're operators. I'm not looking to sell it or flip it. I'm not a broker. I want to build yet another successful store. It's very small, but if it's big enough for us to earn a profit, then we can talk terms. Do you not know how big it is?
I'm gonna get back to you. I'm out of the country right now. I'm gonna come back Monday next week.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call you next. I got your number. I'm gonna call you, and then we can talk. You have to come and see the place, okay?
No, I don't have to come and see it because I need to know whether or not the rent is going to make sense and is commensurate for a laundromat.
Oh, okay.
I've got 36 locations in 3 states. So I'd love to shake your hand, and no offense, but I need to know that you're not trying to charge me what is commensurate rate for a bodega or a nail salon. I need laundromat rent because, look, the place has been empty for almost 2 years. I want to change that, but only if the rent is commensurate. You don't know what the square footage is. What do you want to collect in rent on a 15-year term?
Right. Okay.
You don't know what you want to collect in rent.
What I want to collect the rent, I want 4,000 in rent.
Okay, so it's good. That's perfect. That I'm happy to do that because it's 4,000 square feet, right?
No, it's 1,200 square feet.
Oh, but 2 seconds ago you didn't know how big it was.
No, but right. But I find out already for the person they already measured for me, so because I didn't know.
Jimmy, allow me to educate you for a second, my friend. No laundromat can pay $4,000 for 1,200 square feet. First, it's far, far too small to be profitable in leased space. What you should do is spend the money on equipment and try to operate it yourself. Maybe look online how to build and operate a proper laundry. Or you should blow the laundry equipment out, get rid of the gas, water, electric, and all the infrastructure. I'm only calling you because of that, because that is there, and I don't have to pay for environmental impact fees, okay? But it is so very, very small.
How much you think that, okay, how much you think that space worth?
My equipment is going to cost me $5,000 a month just for that. So that's the basis of what I can pay in rent. I can start at $20 a square foot per year, but I can't give you $57 a square foot for a laundromat. That will never work. It just won't.
Okay. So how much rate we talking about here? Did you say?
Do the math. $20 a square foot times 1,200. It is not $4,000. That's for damn sure. And no laundromat can pay that.
Okay. How much is that?
$12 a square foot is $1,200 a month, and $20 a square foot. Waiting for the math to happen here. I guess Hender's not going to do it. You want me to get a calculator?
No, I don't have it. I'm driving right now. That's why I wanted.
Out of the country
I
driving.
You had that in your.
You a Formula One race car driver?
Exactly. Okay. Huh? So you don't know right now. You don't have nothing.
$2,880 a month. That's base rent.
200.
$2,880 a month at $20 a square foot is survivable.
Yeah.
And then you get 3% increases.
That's true. Yeah. No, I don't think I would do it because one of the apartments upstairs is paying that much rent. And I'm going to do commercial for the same. I don't think so.
But what
No, that's
you're
too
you're
low.
collect? You know what you're collecting
Yeah,
now?
no, it's okay.
Nothing.
It's all right. Yeah.
Not
I'm
now. You're
collecting the thing
collecting
about
nothing. The guy that you have on the what does an apartment have to do with commercial space? Nothing. You're comparing apples to
commercial
oranges.
space, it should always be more money than
Oh,
apartment.
it
Always.
should be more money. I
Always.
didn't know that. Okay, thank you. Let me write that down. Hold on.
I owe you an apology. I always thought that you were a cold, unimaginative, tight-lipped officer. But you're really quite emotional, aren't you?
No,
It should be more
Anywhere you go,
everywhere
you
you
talk
go.
about commercial, you talk about apartment, of course, the commercial is going to be more expensive.
Sure.
You know? Well, that's different. We're talking about the space.
Are we talking?
In that area right now.
Are we talking?
Yes, we're talking the space in that area.
So
area,
where did you arrive? You don't even understand the square footage. So where did you come up with $4,000 a month?
Wait a minute. My friend, he worked for real estate, and he told me already he's going for more than 4,000 around that area.
What is?
So I'm trying to get less than that.
Let's use complete sentences.
Because I understand.
1,200 square feet in that area is going for $4,000 a month. For what defined use, Jimmy? You're leaving out the defined use. What use?
Well, I'm just going for what.
No, you need to fill in the blanks. These are finite questions that deserve finite answers. You can say, I don't know. Yeah. You can make something up. Or you can say it's a nail salon or a restaurant, but not a laundromat. Right. Get rid of the laundromat.
Right.
Get rid of it. It's been sitting vacant. You've been collecting nothing for 2 years.
Yeah.
If you find someone willing to give you $4,000, you're not going to call me back on Monday.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to think about it what you say, and let me think about it. If I call you, I call you. If I don't call you, that means I don't like your deal. That's it, you know?
My deal.
Let me think about it.
It's a laundromat deal. If you want a laundry there, call me.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Guy's an utter joke, talking in circles. I hung up on him, Hender.
Okay, Danny. Okay. Well, he's delusional. They want to get that much money, and it is what it is. Moving on, I guess. Back to the drawing board.
When you ask people specific questions, and those are the answers you get, it's utterly hilarious. He has a friend who's in real estate who said that's what he should be collecting. No argument. No argument. Zero. Okay, what do we got? Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got for you now.
Hender, have a good Thanksgiving.
Danny,
give everybody a kiss.
I just want to give Danny. I want to give you a quick thing about the closed laundromat that remember that got the fire.
I don't remember. No, that's why you have to talk to me as though I have 1,000 calls a week that I make. I will not remember. What's up?
No, it's a laundromat very close here that I put in there, and that had the fire, and I went there and have a coffee and keep looking at the place, and I spoke with the brother, and he said that the guy was there. He didn't pay the rent
you're
for 3
killing
years,
me, man. Listen to the words you're saying. You went by and you talked to a guy and you spoke to the brother. I don't know who these people are. The brother of who? The operator, the landlord, the guy next door that works in the nail salon. I just need characters so I can put the pieces together.
The landlord's brother. So I spoke to him, and he said that they didn't pay rent for 3 years, and now they finally 2 weeks ago did the final walkthrough to kind of get rid of the lease and the deal that they had, and finally now the laundry is going to become available to be rent. So perhaps next Tuesday we just hit them again and see what happens.
Perfect. Put everything in concise terms, and we'll call them next week.
I wish you a happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
You too, my brother.
Gracias.
Cheers. Adios.
I'm pretty sure this hot water heater's got a few more good years left in it.